Hello Mensa, my name is Blanks and this video is a bit different than usual. Remember when I said this? I'm very happy and proud to announce that I'm launching my own month-long online class together with Monthly. So if you want to make music too, and you want a little bit more information or you have questions, check the link in the description or keep an eye out for a video I'm posting next week where I'll tell everything about the class. Well, this is that video. So let me take up my coat and tell you a little bit more about this class. So basically, I'm launching my own online class about music production and songwriting with Monthly, which is a pretty big deal for me. If you're a viewer of the channel, you probably noticed, but I think making music is very much fun. I get very excited in here making songs, and I think it's the most fun thing to do in the world for me. And I feel like a lot of you guys really want to learn what I do in here. So here we are. However, it's so hard to start because there's so much to figure out. What equipment do you need? Which program do you use? Plugins, blah, blah, blah. This class is here to help. The first time I started making music, I quit after 2 months because I thought the program was too hard. Luckily, I just left it that much that I kept trying, and eventually I started to get it a little bit after many hours of YouTube tutorials, reading articles about anything music production or songwriting related, and spending hundreds if not thousands of dollars on equipment and learning how to use my programs and learning how to do this music stuff. And I'm starting to get it right now, which is pretty surreal. My songs are getting played on the radio.
Oh, that is so sick.
I'm doing shows. Basically, my dreams are coming true one by one. And I just want that for you guys too. Aw, that is cute. I mean, you could have a great melody in your head, a great lyric, or a great sound idea, but you can't get it out because let's be honest, that stuff is hard, man. Music equipment, music theory, these programs, it's so hard. And that's exactly where this class comes in. So in this class, we're learning everything to get this out of there into this. And by this, I mean your ears to make music. That was not a very good explanation. We're learning how to make stuff sound good, which is important. So if you're thinking, hey, this sounds interesting, I came up with some questions you might have. So let's answer them one by one. Okay, so for who is this class? This class is for everyone. Whether you're new to making music, you already know how to play or write music, but you want to start producing yourself, or you already know how to produce, but you want to accelerate your growth and expand your skills, this class is for you. It's designed so you can learn on the edge of your ability. Consider that answered. So what am I learning in this class? Well, we're making 3 songs, 1 cover song and 2 original songs. And I'm showing you my full creation process for these songs from start to finish. We're starting from scratch. I'm showing you my screen, how I added vocals, guitars, drums, which plugins I use, which sounds I use, where I get them from, how I mix and master it, everything, every aspect of it. I share my songwriting tips, how I come up with melodies, how I make a song sound catchy, how I make a melody flow more natural. It's everything. It's literally everything. To be honest, this class is everything I wish I learned right away when I started making music. So we're talking about production techniques like compression, equalization, delay, reverb, all the things to make your song sound better and how to use them properly. When I started out making music, it took me a long time to make my song sound okay. It would have been so much fun if it would have sounded good from the beginning. So I'm offering you this opportunity. Okay, so how does the class work? It's online. It takes 30 days. Once you enroll, you're placed in a peer group with 20 people from all over the world. They're taking the class with you. You all start on the same day. And good to note, time zones don't matter. There's a new task every day for 30 days. You log in and you check today's tasks and there's like 1 assignment. This is the classwork and I recommend you do this to stay on track. And I know this sounds a little bit like homework, but remember, we're talking about music here. Music is fun. This is not homework. We're making bangers. So throughout the class, you'll share your projects and your songs and your music with the peer groups. And you can ask and receive feedback. You can ask each other questions and you can get feedback from me because I'm lurking into these groups. I'm in every group and I'm really curious to see what you guys are making. So, yeah, if you're on track with the projects, I'll be checking them out, which is really cool, basically. And then by the end of the class, you'll have 3 finished products. 1 cover song, 2 original songs. And they're ready, radio ready to put on Spotify, to show to your grandma, to show to anyone, basically. And in the process of making these 3 songs, you'll have used and applied everything you've learned over the past 30 days, which is great. So I'm making 3 songs? Yup. 3 radio-ready pop songs. The class is also divided up in 3 parts, 1 part for every song. We start out by producing a cover song, which is a great way to start learning production, because we don't have to worry about writing the song, we can just focus on production. So at the end of part 1, you will know how to produce a song. In part 2 and 3, we'll focus on making an original song. So we'll talk more about production, but we'll also look into songwriting a lot. How to come up with chord progressions, how to make interesting melodies, how to make your song flow as natural as possible. Basically, how to make your song sound good. But I'm very busy, it sounds like a lot of work. How much time will it cost trust me. So the class takes about 7 to 10 hours a week for 4 weeks. And it starts on January the 6th. And it starts on the 6th of January. I can't say 6th because I'm not English, but it's the 6th. It will be in the screen. All right? Okay, cool. Thank you. Why? So 7 to 10 hours a week for 4 weeks. You can do like 1 hour a day. You could work longer sessions throughout the week. It's totally up to you. So the class is designed to immerse yourself in a learning process while still fitting into almost anyone's busy schedule. So it shouldn't be a problem with your work or school situation you have going on. However, if you really feel like you can't fit it in your schedule right now, the class runs a few times a year. So there will be another opportunity. But if I don't have all the stuff you have, can I still follow the class? The answer is yes. You only need a laptop and a DAW for this class. A DAW is a digital audio workspace. For producing, I use Logic Pro X. I love Logic Pro X. And if you want to follow along exactly what I'm doing, I would recommend using Logic Pro X. However, it's not necessary. Everything I explain is possible in every other DAW. It's just the buttons will be in a slightly different place. Some things will look a little bit different. So if you're very new to this thing, I recommend using Logic Pro because you can just follow along what I'm doing. But if you already know a little bit about producing, every DAW should be fine. The plugins I'm using are for every DAW. So I'm using a guitar in some of my songs or a bass guitar, but you can also play that bass with the synth, which is just in Logic. So you don't need a bass guitar. And instead of a guitar, you could use like a synthesizer, which is also in Logic. You don't need these instruments because they're a big part of my process. I'm using them, but I'm also showing you how to make songs without having the guitar part. And of course, if you want to level up your studio and buy like a microphone or a guitar, that's possible. There's a list of equipment I recommend if you're starting out on the page. So if you want to upgrade your studio, I say check that out. That sounds good. So what about the price? Well, I've packed this class with everything I've learned musically. I feel like I've spent so many hours and so many dollars over the last few years learning and getting to where I am right now. We felt that $500 would be a good price for the class. However, because this is the first run, we started out with a special price of $249. However, I convinced Monthly to lower that even more for you guys because it's a lot of money. So the first round of the class, for which enrollment is open now until December 22nd, is only $179. So that is a lot of money, but I think it's totally worth it. This class will change the way you make music and think about making music. It will kickstart your music making career for that matter. And think about it, it's the same price as a couple of guitar and piano lessons. So relative to what you get out of this class, I think it's a great deal. By the end of the class, you'll know how to write and record radio-ready professional sounding pop songs. And you'll have 3 finished songs to share with people, Spotify, the internet, anyone. And if you're hesitant about the price, I would think of this class as an investment. I mean, this could be the start of you making the music you've always wanted to make. And it's not like after this month, it stops. If you bought the class, it's available for a lifetime. And it might be hard to decide if the class is worth it. So we offer a full money back guarantee up until day 5. So if you're 3 or 4 days in and you're feeling like this is not for me, you can just drop out and get your money back. No problem. So I hope this is everything you need to know to make the right decision and come join the class. If you have any more questions, let me know in a comment or check out the website. The link is in the description. It will be so cool to see you in class because I think you guys who are watching are little geniuses, little song geniuses. I've seen it before. You guys have great melody taste. So hopefully I'll see you in class. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.